Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, it's a sweater and a nightie, Lisa. That's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, and look at these slippers. Have you ever seen anything so tiny?
Shh. Let's listen to this.
No, I can't listen to any more. I'm gonna start crying.
Denise, let's put on a different song, something snappy from when they were all together.
It's A Hard Day's Night was on my radio the first time I slept with my high school / first year of college boyfriend. His signature was twisting and smoking simultaneously.
Here Comes the Sun was on the stereo the first time I slept with Scoop.
Oh, really?
What can I say? I've always been an oddly well-adjusted and cheerful person.
You're just normal.
Thank you, Denise. You're a sweet sister.
Oh, that must be Heidi.
Cha-cha again.
I told her to rush over right when she came from the park.
I can't believe people actually went to that.
She was curious, and I think she was really upset.
Well, we were all upset at the thought of mass weeping in Central Park with Yoko.
Hi, sorry I'm late. Lisa, lovely to see you.
Oh, look, you can tell she's been living in England. She says lovely every chance she gets. Heidi, this is Denise, Lisa's sister, and you know Betsy.
Oh, sure, we go back to my Liberator Earth news days.
Oh, Betsy, hi. Betsy's now the managing editor of Scoop's magazine.
I saw a copy of Boomer in London. Looks terrific.
Lisa, let's get this woman some champagne.
Susie, how about some more?
Oh, no. I've been eating rabbit food for a month, and I'm still a truck.
Scoop says you're the most handsome woman he knows.
Handsome means truck.
My sweet husband says that men prefer women with a little thigh.
Well, all right. Please, open another gift.
Oh, definitely another gift.
Denise, who is that sweater from?
Patty Bennett.
Why did Patty leave so early?
Charlie's daughter didn't get into ethical culture school. Charlie's making the whole family go into group therapy.
Really?
Today's their first session. I've already got this one signed up for the ERBs.
What's that?
They're like the SATs for nursery school.
And they have cram courses. I really have been living out of the country too long.
What's Charlie Bennett's daughter's name?
Oh, Jennifer.
I hate those J names, so common. This is from Susan.
This one's a thank you gift. With Heidi gone, I never would have survived moving to New York without you and Scoop.
Where did you live before?
Montana.
You lived in Montana?
Yeah, I was in a women's health and legal collective there.
Like a dude ranch?
Like a feminist dude ranch.
Denise, have you never heard of a women's collective?
Oh, sure I have. I took women's studies at Brown. Oh, that is fabulous!
I've never seen a leopard once.
That's hysterical.
I love it. Don't you love it, Heidi? Susan, that gift could only come from you. It's just so Susan.
That's me. Wild, practical, and 50% rayon.
Thank you, Susie. So what did you decide to do about LA?
Yeah.
I've accepted the position.
Oh, what position?
Well, I was offered a position in LA as a VP for a network company. They were looking for someone with a feminist and business background, targeting films to the 25 to 29-year-old female audience.
Lisa, you know some fantastic women. I gotta say, this is one power shower.
Here, here.
Heidi, I know some of those Hollywood people can be pretty dreadful. But if I don't do it, someone who cares a lot less will.
I moved to LA in a minute. This one has no card.
Oh, that's mine.
Hi, Scoop was so excited when I told him Susie invited you here today. He was really sorry to have missed you. He had to go to Princeton for one of those looking forward on the 80s, looking back on the 70s panels.
I should have been on one of those panels. I spoke and drank things with Scoop on the Liberty Earth News in 1969 that would make the 3 Mile Island look like a house spa.
I think the question was something like, what does the election of Ronald Reagan mean for the greening of America?
Good question.
Well, everyone says he's going to be great for the economy. Cheer up, kids. The 80s are going to be great.
Heidi, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I just had to get up early to meet Peter at the park.
Hattie, you should grab him. Maybe he'll change. He obviously loves children.
Who's this?
A Peter Patron, Betsy. You know him. Boom to that cover story on him.
Oh, New York's best pediatrician under 40?
Is he married?
Well, actually, last month he broke up with Stanley.
Oh, fuck piss.
Denise!
I'm sorry, there's just absolutely no one. And once my career's in place, I definitely want to have my children before I'm 30. I mean, isn't that what you guys fought for, so we can have it all? Don't you want to have a family, Heidi?
Yes, I hope so.
You had plenty of time, Heidi.
Well, you almost got married in England.
Oh, what happened?
I got a job at Columbia and he wanted to stay in London.
It's such a shame. All my single female friends are such attractive, fabulous people, but Denise is right. There's absolutely no one.
Heidi, this is so sweet.
Oh, look at its little face.
Oh my god, I want to marry this.
I can't believe it. That could have only come from you.
I know, it's just so Heidi. Well, actually, it's a heffalump, half elephant, half hippo, from a Winnie the Pooh story.
I'm a heffalump. Half elephant, half lump. Now that I've drank enough to give birth through my nasal passages. Heidi, I gotta say, I loved And the Light Floods In from the Left.
You know, a lot of people are talking about your book, Heidi. This TV show I'm like a production assistant at, Hello New York, is devoting a series to women in the 80s. What we've gained, what we've lost. And April, she's our host, was very excited to hear that I'd be seeing you here today. Oh, we thought we could do something on you and women in art. Excuse me.
My little sister is so up and positive. I just get so tired sometimes.
I get tired all the time.
Me too.
Please, it's your husband. He's still at Princeton.
Please don't say anything juicy till I get back.
I honestly don't think she knows.
Oh, Lisa, she knows. She's being really positive. That means she knows.
Honestly, you should see his little friend. She's a graphics assistant on the magazine. She's not very bright. She runs around New York in these leather mini skirts and fishnet stockings, and she's not very bright. She's like that entire generation. Except for you, Denise. They have all these opinions on everything and have done nothing. I'm sorry, Heidi. It's just somebody we don't particularly care for.
You mean the women's scoop is seeing?
What?
Susie, today I was in Central Park with the best pediatrician under 40, and Scoop was not at Princeton. Scoop and the graphics assistants were also in Central Park.
Maybe it wasn't him?
Oh, it was him. He embraced me, shook hands with Peter, and said it was all very important we were there. He said it was for our generation.
So you met her?
Ah, yes, fishnet stockings has opinions.
Was he mortified?
No. He apologized he said he was too moved to speak. Then he cried, she cried, and they walked away.
Well, I'm certainly touched.
She's just horrible.
Susie, what about him?
I'm not surprised. I'm not impressed, but I'm not surprised.
I like men, but they're really not very nice.
Who's not very nice?
Oh, this guy at Boomer someone was going to fix me up with.
But who were you huddling about when I came in?
You?
Me?
We finished your hat.
What? Oh gosh. I wish you all knew how much I appreciated this. Betsy's right. You are all fantastic women. Yucca. I'm sorry. Scoop says I'm like an emotional bumper car.
It's okay, honey.
Mr. Gotta, I love women, I really do. Okay. End of Lisa's dumb episode. Betsy, let's continue our tribute.
Lisa, you alright, sweetheart?
Shake your booties, Betsy.
But first, a tribute to John.
To John.
And Ringo and Paula and George.
Forever.
And Ringo and Paul and George forever.
Give me 189. Let's restore it.
Steve to control room, please. Steve to control room.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
I think it's a terrific idea for Lisa's sister to have us all on the show together. It's just too bad Susie couldn't make it.
Who's Susie?
Susan?
Oh, the radical shepherdess.
Now studio vice president.
Huh.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Scoop.
Hi, Heidi. It's great to see you.
So what do you want?
In the middle. Thanks for coming. We're all very excited about this segment. You're a real cross-section.
Peter, this is Lisa's sister, Denise.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Lisa says I have to use you on this one. She says you're the best. You're there, and you're there.
Congratulations on the new baby.
Number 2. Way to go, Rosenbaum.
Okay. So some topics April wants to cover today are 60s, the social conscience, relationships, Reaganomics, money and careers, approaching the big 4-0. Scoop, opinions, trends. Heidi, your book, Women in Art. Peter, medicine today, kids today, new medicine. And April says the further out you can take your sexuality, the better. Our audience likes a little controversy with their coffee.
What?
10 seconds, please.
Hi, guys.
5, 4, 3.
If you've just joined us, I'm April Lambert, and this is Hello, New York. Here with us today, we have members of the baby boom generation, the kids who grew up in the 50s, protested in the 60s, were the me's of the 70s, and the parents of the 80s. Speaking with us today, we have Scoop Rosenbaum, editor of the very successful and influential Boomer magazine, Heidi Holland, author of And the Light Floods In From the Left, and director of Women's Art. That's pronounced like Mozart.
Well, actually, it's women's art.
Oh, excuse me. Women's Art, a group dedicated to the recognition of women artists, and Dr. Peter Patrone, who, according to Boomer magazine for 2 years now, is the leading pediatrician in New York under 40. Boy, I am impressed. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, April. First of all, let me say I think a standard for success for our generation is being able to say, good morning, April, in person. I have to say, I am very grateful for the opportunity, April.
Thank you. Scoop, you have been an editor since 1967 when you first started the Liberated Earth News. You've certainly had a lot of success since then.
April, I'm just a simple newspaper man.
Do you think the values of our generation have changed significantly since the 60s?
April, I think we're a generation that is still idealistic, and idealists wonder what they'll do when they grow up. I'll be wondering this till I'm 80.
I would say the same thing about Bertrand Russell. Hi, how do you feel about that?
I don't know too much about Bertrand Russell.
Peter, you're a doctor. You work with children. Do you see yourself as a grown-up?
Yes, I'm very old and very wise.
We are known as the baby boom generation. Do you think us starting our own families now will make a difference in accepting our place as adults?
April, I have 2 children, Maggie and Pierre, and whether they make me an official adult or not, I don't really know. But I do know that having a family has certainly pulled me out of any me generation residue. The future's about my kids, not me.
Lucky kids. Heidi, there's been a lot of talk recently about superwomen. Are you a superwoman?
Oh, gosh, no, you have to keep too many lists to be a superwoman.
I love lists. You should see my refrigerator.
Do you keep lists in your refrigerator?
Well, they can't say we don't have a sense of humor. Heidi, a lot of women have been recently feeling like they can't have it all. Do you think it's time to compromise?
Well, I think it
Can I
depends
interrupt
on-
and say, I think if we're asking women to compromise, then we have to ask men to compromise as well. For instance, my wife Elisa just won the Widener Prize for her book, King Ginger Goes to Summer Camp. And I'm every bit as proud of her as I am, say, Boomer magazine.
But Scoop, everyone isn't as capable as Lisa. For instance, a lot of my single women friends are now panicked that their biological clocks are winding down. Do Do you find that's true, Heidi?
If you look
April.
at
Can I still call you April?
You have the sweetest face. Can we get a close-up of this face?
April, I run one of the largest pediatric units in this country, and I am here to tell you that women can have happy and healthy children till well after 42.
Well, my friends will certainly be happy to hear that. Peter, so far you've chosen not to have children.
April, I think one of the things that distinguishes our generation from the previous one is our belief that any individual has a right to pursue his or her particular lifestyle. In other words, say you wanted to dress up as a Tylenol capsule to host Hello New York tomorrow. I'd say there's no need, but why not? Go for it!
So, what's next? Heidi, once we're settled, after the kids and the country house, do you think we'll see a resurgence of social conscience?
Well,
There's a line from Fairland Getty's poem, and I'm awaiting the rebirth of wonder. I think we're all awaiting the rebirth of wonder.
What does that mean, exactly? I wonder.
Oh, I'm afraid we only have a minute left. Scoop, Boomer magazine was an immediate success. Something very rare in the magazine business. Why?
Well, as you've seen this morning, we're serious people with a sense of humor. We're not young professionals, we're not old lefties or righties. We're unique. We're powerful but not bullies. We're rich but not ostentatious. We're parents but not parental. And I think we had the Left magazine in college, the music magazines in the 80s and, in the 70s, and I think that we deserve what I'm calling the Power magazine in the 80s. We're opinion and trendsetters, and I hope Boomer will be our chronicle.
Well, it certainly seems like it's heading in that direction. The baby boom generation. Are they all grown up now? Well, they're rich, powerful, famous, and even parents. But who knows what we'd do if Peter Pan came through our bedroom window? Thank you. Scoop Rosenbaum, editor of Boomer magazine, Heidi Holland, essayist, curator, feminist, and Dr. Peter Patrone, chief of pediatrics at New York Hospital.
Thank you, April. Goodbye, New York.
Bert will be back with the weather in just a moment. A Tylenol capsule, you are too much.
April, Senator Moore's wife's here with divorced Senate wives modeling coats for spring in Studio 3. Fabulous segment, guys. You, the Senate wives, loved you.
Denise, would you get my book? That was tremendous, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry I have to rush off, but take your time.
Oh, April, Lisa and I are meeting a few people for lunch at the Cirques. Why don't you and David join us?
Who else will be there?
Oh, the regulars, Noam Chomsky, Bishop Tutu, Bernie Bosanquet.
Who?
Bernard Bosanquet? 19th century British political philosopher.
So he's not coming.
No. Peter was being cynical again.
That face is so sweet, but that mind's so savage.
I like savage. Say that again.
April to Studio 3.
Scoop, wait here, I'll be right back.
You were hilarious, Peter. I enjoyed myself immensely.
Of course you did. You won.
No, I'd say if anyone won here, it was Heidi. I mean, she didn't feel the need to be cynical like you or go out for another A like me.
She didn't say anything.
How could I say anything when both of you were so eager and willing to say it for me? You two should become regulars here, the idealist and the cynic, a real cross-section.
Heidi, honey, calm down.
You have no right to call me honey or to tell me to calm down.
It's not my fault you didn't say anything.
I'm very late. I have to meet a painter downtown.
Who?
No one you know. C technique, A+ use of color.
Andrea Rothstein?
How do you know Andrea Rothstein?
You obviously don't read Boomer magazine.
No.
Andrew was last week's hotspot.
I once heard the same thing about Bertrand Russell.
Oh, please, Peter, I have to go.
Stay a minute, Heidele. I never see you anymore. I'd love to talk.
That painter's waiting for me.
Heidele, work just isn't enough. That's what I've learned.
Scoop, I came here to talk about women in art.
You're such a wonderful person. You deserve someone wonderful. You're clutching your purse.
I have valuables. Very late.
Come by the house and see us. We miss you. I didn't mean to upset her. We were once very close.
Yep.
You and her still seem very close.
Yeah.
It's nice. You know, I'm sorry I never really got to know you. You seem like a very nice man.
Are you having a sentimental spasm? You seem to be sorry, moved, and touched at the drop of a hat. It's sort of manic.
Fatherhood changes people.
Oh, please.
Heidi says that, oh please. You managed to maintain a friendship with her. I envy you that. How did you do it?
Scoop, I'd like to leave before April gets back.
Peter, do people like you ever wonder what it's all for?
People like you run the world. You decide what it's all for.
You know what genuinely surprises me? You're a far more arrogant man than I am.
Scoop, I'm just a simple man of medicine, and now I'll leave you to await the rebirth of wonder.
I'm sorry I was on the phone so long. We have 4 shows shooting this week. Oh, I just know everyone in this restaurant. There must be no one in LA. Everyone's here. So, I'm so glad you called me. It's so nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
Are you famished? I'm famished. Hasn't my lunch come yet? The service here is so slow. But anyway, sorry. What have you been doing recently? Tell me everything.
I've been working. I got a grant to put together a small show for Lilla Cabot Perry. She was an American painter from the Cabot family who spent 10 years of her life living next door to Monet.
Are you writing?
A little. Women in art, women in madness, women in brand.
Jesus, I miss talking to real people. Waiter, where is our lunch? We've been sitting here for almost an hour. So, sex and violence. Heidi, are you seeing anybody?
Well, there's this lawyer. He calls me Angel and says he loves me, but he doesn't like me to call him past 10 o'clock.
I hate curfews.
So no, there's no one important.
Well, I just broke up with my boyfriend. He's fabulous. He's 56 and still married, and I at least want to keep my options open. I tell you, Heidi, it is rough out there. Everyone I know is either pregnant or just miscarried. Honestly, I've been to more fertility lunches.
I'm planning to start my family at 60. I hear there's a hormone in Brazil.
Ooh, we'll shoot a movie there and take treatments.
Susie, do you ever feel...
Oh, no. If we've reached the point in the conversation where I have to tell you what I did for my 35th birthday alone, frankly, I'm not interested.
It's not that, it's just...
You know, you've developed this bizarre habit of not finishing sentences. It's a good thing you're not in the business where you have to take too many meetings.
Susie, do you ever feel that what makes you a person is also what keeps you from being a person?
I'm sorry, honey. You're too deep for me. By now, I've been so many people, I don't know who I am, and frankly, I don't care. Listen, honey, I've been thinking a lot about you and how much I love you, and I promise I have the answer for both of us. I'm just waiting to tell you until Denise gets here.
Denise?
Yes, Lisa's sister, Denise. I hired her as my assistant. She's so quick. She's already a story editor. She's just adorable.
But Susie, I called you here because I was hoping we could just talk.
Of course we're gonna talk. Nobody goes to lunch to eat. Oh good, there's Denise. So, what did you tell him?
I told him we respect him and his talents, and that's why we bought the property. We have no creative slot for him, period. Hi, Heidi. It's great to see you again.
You too. Congratulations on the job.
Thank you. I'm very lucky. I work for a pretty incredible lady.
So you hungry?
No, I'll just have coffee.
1 coffee, and my swordfish, I'll have it dry. No butter at all. So, Heidi, me and Denise were very excited when I told her you called. Besides the fact that we love you and miss you, and you're one of our most favorite people in the world, recently we've been wanting to put together a 30-minute program about 3 women living in a large urban center. It could be New York, Chicago, Houston. There are currently 10 shows in production right now. But I think that your history with women in art could make us a little different.
They've already done doctors, nurses, lawyers, and detectives. But when you called, we realized they haven't touched the art world.
What we're thinking is saying a way-out painter, an uptight curator, and a dilettante heiress all living in a loft.
In Houston.
Wherever. You don't have to write it. We'll hire a writer. All we need is 3 pages.
3 pages. Who these people are, why they're funny.
But I don't know who these people are or why they're funny.
Well, they're ambitious, they're professional, and they're on their way to being successful.
And they don't want to make the same mistakes we did.
I don't want to make the same mistakes we did. What exactly were they?
Well, like, women your age are, very unhappy, unfulfilled, frightened of growing old alone.
It's a good thing we're not doing a sitcom about them.
Oh, I know. I can't imagine my life without my husband or my baby Max. But our girls, they have a plan. They want to get married in their 20s, have their first baby by 30, and make a pot of money. It's just a much more put-together generation than ours.
Is that Diane Keaton? I think that's Diane Keaton. Look, Heidi, you'll come to LA next week, we'll meet with the network, and we'll get going on this. God, Diane looks terrific. I'd love to get her in a series. But until Meryl does a series, none of them will do a series.
Can't do it either.
Why not?
Because I don't think we made such big mistakes, and I don't want to see 3 gals on the town who do.
Listen, Heidi, all we know is that women are big, art is big, sitcom is big. Like your friend, Lily Perry.
Her name is Lilla, and she's not my friend. Her dates are 1848 to 1933.
Always the historian. Look, this could really be fun together. I want to work with you. Is that so terrible?
Definitely not.
I think Diane's leaving.
Oh, I'll go catch her.
Lunch is on me.
Heidi, I hope we didn't offend you.
She's not offended. She just doesn't want to do it.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, Denise. Sorry I didn't have a creative slot for you.
Diane!
Bye, honey. Remember, we have a date for hormones in Brazil. Wish me luck.
Keep the faith.